Hello everyone, welcome to a Hare over a Hill. I'm Hare. Today I am going to, as the title actively suggests, I'm going to be talking about the movie Wish. Um, let's cut to the chase almost immediately. It's an okay movie. Going into it, I was hearing a few things about it, and I looked at into Rotten Tomatoes, which I will fully admit that is not the best way to look. If you want a general reviews, it's like Metacritic. It's one of those things of you want a quick and easy reference point of maybe how things are going. It's good, but it's not like an end all be all. That and looking at it's okay, so make general reviews on like from critics on about 50%, with audience reviews putting it at the low 80s, I think, low mid 80s. Um, which is okay, I think I can get into this slightly. Let's actually get into that real quick. Uh, and with most of it being, yeah, if we go into it, it's as of the recording of the day, which is the 12th. You can actually see that. Uh, Today is the 27th of November. Rotten Tomatoes is general reviews puts it at 50, with an audience at about 81%. Um, I was looking at a few things. It has not completely hit some of its estimated box office meetings yet, but here's the thing. When I went into it, I was fully expecting, okay, this is a 100. This is supposed to be the 100. And, oh, it's supposed to be, okay, I didn't exactly know this. Like, it's supposed to be the 100-year anniversary and whatnot, uh, but, okay, it's Disney, there's some baseline line that I was watching it, and okay, what did I actually think? Positive notes. Overall, is it in that do I give it that about 5 out of 10 that most critics want? It's no. Am I giving it an 80%? No. I'm that most audiences are giving it? No. I'm setting it maybe around a 6 or 7. It's good, but it needs serious improvement. Um, like general characters, the general art style is great. It's the 3D animation, but with general matting and overlaying. I'm not an animator by any sort, but it is clearly a 3D animated movie with some amount of overlay or something that gives it a wonderful, almost 2D esque to it. It's really hard to describe without actively saying, but it's it, like a 3D trying to somewhat like look as if it's 2D, but it's oh yeah, it's a 3D pseudo 2D, but like to reminisce about those all 2Ds. Great, good, love it. General acting, great, not great. General act, uh, general acting, I want to give it a solid good. Better than good, but not great. A very good in general in terms of acting. Um, I think a lot of the problems that I have with the films are real, like, very odd and very specific. Like, one of the number of times, uh, some of the issues I was having occasionally was with Asha's hair. That sounds like a weird critique. It's like, how can you, it's like, don't, it's like, I love the fact that it's like, oh, we are setting it in, like, generic Mediterranean Sea island. Okay, so obviously we expect a high amount of diversity, even though it's supposed to be like time period I don't know, but it's like okay, it's clearly meant to be set like long time ago, but general setting, but it's Mediterranean, so obviously we have whites, we have blacks, we have like Mediterranean skinned people. What I'm saying about Asha's hair is quite simple. There were a number of times that I was like, "Ah, this is a great scene," and something was catching me about the ends of her hair of her show. I was like, "What's that clipping?" And if it hasn't been obvious through my playthrough of Radiata stories, like I love the PlayStation 2 era, and there's been times, definitely in the early segments of even this game, that's like, oh, was that clipping, or it's like something was happening? It's like this film was released in 2023, and I'm like, wait, did her hair partially clip through like part of the body? Was it like how her 3D model was interacting with some overlay? It's like something about it gave me like took me out like it was a small animation moment with to do with the ends of her hair that just seemed off. And talking about her hair again, it's one of those things of the few moments that we see flashbacks with her father, it's like it's one of those granted white guy, active white guy here. You know, it's one of those things of like, why is she somebody who is supposed to be in part black? Same hairstyle? Even I didn't have the same hairstyle that I had from 25 years ago. Oh, and it's like, granted, I get that it's like, oh, we want to imply this kid is the same person as this girl, but separated by slightly more than a decade. How do we do that quick and easily? Same hairstyle. Okay, I can give them credit, but it's like at the same time, it's like, okay, when you're not seeing any other features outside the maybe giveaways of maybe a hair and a dress, it's like, but those are minor details. It's like hair, potential hair clipping, which is weird, and I think a lot of my major issues is starting to come in with this film of why I'm somewhat disaligned with fan reaction is potentially partially why I think a lot of fans are having issues is the songs. They were like they were two songs right at near the beginning that was like those could have maybe be done as one, or it's like that second song. I was like listening to it, it's like they could have done that differently somehow, and it's like I'm forgetting the song's name now, but it's like, granted, I get that not every song is supposed to be a banger, and not every song is like every song is partially moving things along, and not every song is a banger and whatnot. But it's one of those things that's like you what like I think it was like "We Are Stars" song or something. Uh, uh I like yeah. Okay, I'm trying to find the actor. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be "I Am a Star" song. The way that it's framed in the movie and how it's actively portrayed, it's like, okay, like in like the thing is that this I think it's the uh this wish and I am star. That is the main issue that I one of the main issues that I have with the song that I have going on. In that it is actively like, okay, this wish, which is like a I am for Asha, and then it suddenly cuts off small segment. Then it moves into I am a star, which is like the inciting it like one between this wish and I am a star. It's supposed to be like the inciting incident with I'm a star supposed to be, oh, here's the musical uh music segment that's supposed to help explain what's going on, and it's like I'm a star. It's like it doesn't work. Like it didn't catch my interest, which again, not every song is supposed to be, and I'm rambling, and in a way, I almost want these songs to either be integrated together into one, have that had inside being like, oh, slowing of music, small interlude, and we ramp into I'm a Star. Somehow, like, have those two segments be more coherently connected. It, and on top of it, the way that it's being portrayed in the movie is being sung by a lot of like, not by Asha or by a lot of the townsfolk or like maybe a lot of the like supporting cast. It's being sung by Wildlife and other like that song just does not do me. Then we get into Chris Pine. Yes, does Disney have a history of hiring great or very good actors that may not be the strongest singers? Yes. Do a lot of those actors, definitely when they're playing villains, have excellent songs? Yes. Pine and the King are not given that. He gives a very good performance. He is not the strongest singer, and the music does not make up for that fact. That is one of my things with that. He is he can get off with the being the very arrogant and yet smiley person, but he just does not get the singing. It either relies too much on him, which he cannot do, with not enough backup. That's what I'm getting at. And my sinking gripe with most of this is mostly on the fact that the supporting cast. Like, there are moments that's like you're either focusing on the wrong person, you're focusing on the entire group, and I wish that you somewhat focused a little bit more on this person. It's like Simon is one of those people. If you've watched it, think of how much impact Simon has had on that movie. And then, if you haven't, he is important. But actually look at how much he plays, like, most of what's going on with him, it's like, I wish I had more of him. I wish they flashed him out that much more, and then everything would be a little bit more satisfying. It's like, with the supporting characters, it's either they overflush and yet do not do much with them, or they underdeveloped and try to push them up. So it's like, so all the side characters and supporting's all on an even playing field, but it's like on this side it's overdeveloped, but not enough that doesn't do much, or underdeveloped and does too much for the overdevelopment. And that's what I mean. It's like, and it's weird. It's like there is that like peak that they do meet, but it's like weighted on both sides. So yeah, that's what I mean. It's this is an excellent movie, or could be, but I like something about the script writing or the songs could have done with a little bit more time in the oven. Like, it's one of those things of, I would almost say, you want a movie with a large cast with it? Go and watch Encanto. That is an excellent movie that has an excellently developed amount of supporting and side characters. Wish is not. It I think Wish is trying to sell the 100 years and all that more than trying to be a good movie. So yeah, overall, is it good? Yes. Is it worth going and seeing in the theaters? Maybe go and see something else. Like Napoleon, I just watched that. That was good, but this isn't a casual review of Napoleon. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10. See you around, folks. As always, see you around.